Hey guys, Ulrich Slayer here. I'm back in Pete's lair. Hopefully I can actually spawn him now. It seems to have been, hopefully, well, it hasn't been 24 hours, but who knows, we'll see. Oh, I can actually spawn him. Alright, so you'll see my primary weapon here, just take down the shields, is the Sandhawk. Coupled with the bee shield, it's just going to be taking enormous shots. And I'll show you the pattern here. I'll take a shot. See that bird pattern there? You get a good amount of projectiles. Now each one of those, the bee shield counts as an individual shot from your gun, so it'll boost every single one of those. Now Pete is a special enemy. You'll see right there he does kind of this explosion effect, and it'll either set you on fire or, ooh, geez, that's not good. It'll either set you on fire or get you on acid, I guess. And that effect will not go away. And so you'll be taking some constant damage over time, which, as is the theme with much of the DLC bosses, a way to nerf the bee shield by making sure that you never have a fully charged shield. The only way to get that damage over time effect to stop is by, oh, I just missed it. Oh no, I got it. Is to hit this little dial here and run under the waterfall. Enemies will spawn whenever you do that out of the waterfall. They're generally pretty weak enemies to begin with, but each time you open up the water to basically clean yourself off of whatever Pete's got on you, the enemies get progressively harder. So they'll start out maybe level 50 or so. They can get up to level 70 somethings if given enough time. So you really have to kill Pete quick. You'll notice now that I've switched over to the redundant fibber now that his shield is gone. That's because I don't really need the electric elemental damage to take out Pete, and the fibber actually deals more damage than any other weapon I have. And you'll see these just huge chunks of health coming off him, especially with those critical hits, and with me being able to slag him with my phase lock ability. Now I'll show you the damage this does without bouncing it off, and it does almost nothing. You'll see I'm not even getting K's after my damage. Oh, here it is again. You saw there when I started bouncing it, the damage is just increased by an unbelievable amount. Let's get rid of the spider ants. Now I'm gonna try after hopefully dropping Pete. I don't want to speak too soon, but after dropping Pete, I'll see if I can get him to spawn again, to see if maybe it was just a glitch that happened last night, but I kind of expect it not to be. But we'll see. Anyhow, oh, here we go, he's exploding again. Let's see. Typically, if you go down here with a party, it can be pretty fun. Pete's actually, he's my favorite rave boss. You can do the most with him. Constantly running. There's nothing really unfair about him. He has a high amount of health, but he doesn't do anything cheap. He's not boring like Terramorphous can be, and he's not just downright boring in terms of abusing game mechanics and programming like Master Yi is, or Hyperius the Invincible. Those are two of my least favorite bosses, Master Yi probably being number one. But with those two, it's less about skill and more about just finding a way to abuse the developers right back in the way that they've designed the bosses, because they're almost impossible to beat without taking advantage of the stage in some way that it wasn't meant to have happen. Anyway, Pete's almost dead here. I want to kill him in a clear area out here so you can see the loot. Let's hope for something good. He can drop legendary items, legendary class mods. I got a nice Necromancer mod off him the other day. Alright, he's down. Now, these are Seraph crystals. This is what you use to buy any Seraph items from the different DLC shops, the creepy guys that are sort of like Crazy Earl with the Iridium, except they collect these crystals here. And these are much harder to come by, especially if they've turned on the limitations, so you can only fight one of these Seraph Guardian bosses once per day. But luckily you'll see on the right-hand side of my screen I have almost 480 of these now, because I've been just farming this peat over and over again. But if they turned it off, those days, turned it off of me being able to do it every day, multiple times, then I'm not going to be getting very many Seraph Crystals, at least not at the same rate. Alright, so let's see. Bunch of Iridium. Oh, man, he's just been... Ooh, is that a legendary? Don't be money. Ooh. What is this? Longbow bonus package. I'm actually not familiar with this grenade. Let's take a peek, see what it does. I'm going to compare that to my current package. That deals some serious damage. I'm going to try it out right now. Let's see. Oh, you're not going to let me switch. There we go. Ooh, it's a lot of children. Looks pretty basic, but definitely not as flashy as the Fire Bee. Not to be confused with the Shield. But yeah, I'll be testing that out at some point, seeing how much it can beat up some enemies. Let's see. I guess I can't complain that nothing else here is really useful. Ooh, that's actually not bad for an assassin. Hey, what do you know? I guess he is dropping better stuff. I think that's it. Yep, that looks to be it. I am again going to cut the video here, and then drop back down and see if I can get him to spawn again. Alright, I'm back down in Pete's lair for a second go. Let's see if it'll let me spawn him. Yes! Oh, I am surprised. I did not expect him to spawn again, especially after the weird whatever the hell happened last night. Oh, he's done. Take out some more Pete aggression. Let's see if he drops anything good again. That would be great if he did 2 legendaries in a row. I've been kind of starved for them from him for a while. You'll notice again, that's my longbow fire I'm still using for my grenade. Let's see. By comparison, so I'll show you. I mean, you've seen the shots that the Fibber does, and how many, or how large, I should say, the chunks of damage are that it takes off him. I mean, look at that. Now, after I wash myself off, I'll show you what my other weapons do against him. I've shown you the Sandhawk. I'll show you now the Conference Call, which isn't going to be very effective because he is a caustic enemy, but I'll just show you, in essence, the damage. Barely anything there, and that's with the Bee Shield, don't forget. Now this is the Social Bitch. I'm going to try to get headshots so I can get the critical damage bonus. And again, barely anything. And these are all very good weapons too. It's just that the Fibber and the Sandhawk just abuse the Bee so much more, and that's what you have to do against these DLC bosses. Because before the Bee Shield got nerfed, Gearbox developers saw, how powerful the item was, and said, "Oh God!" In all these DLCs, we have to prepare to fight crazy item. This thing that's just breaking some people's games. And unfortunately, they did two fixes at once, where they nerfed the Bee Shield so it's more in line with reality, but they also made all the DLC bosses tougher, as if the Bee Shield worked in the same way it used to. So, when you don't have the super amazing Bee Shield that you had pre-nerf, and you still have to fight against these bosses that were made with the pre-nerfed B-Shield in mind, it can get really, really just annoying. That's the only way I can put it. But like I said, Pete is still my favorite rave boss out there, and he feels right, even though he has a lot of health. And I mean, I guess he should have a lot of health. Man, he is just blowing himself up so much. See, now when I usually play him and farm him, he always blows up. Oh god, you'll see level 57 spider ants coming up. So when I usually play against Pete, when I get the shield down, he'll blow up, and then when I get him to half of his health, he'll blow up, and then maybe one more time before he's dead, like when he has a quarter of an inch left of health, he'll blow up. But this, I mean, we've seen it, what, 4 or 5 times now? And that's a lot for him, considering I'm not taking that much longer of a time. Jeez, there he goes again, look at that. It shouldn't be too big of a deal, but, you know, every little bit hurts. But if you have the right weaponry, you'll do fine. At some point, I'll probably make some sort of video with a team going in and killing Pete, so you can kind of see what tactics are useful there, because he's stronger, but you have a lot more support. You can actually revive. The worst part is if you go down against B. God, what am I talking about? If you go down against Pete, there's no way to revive yourself if you don't have any of the spider ants or the rat enemies that spawn out of these tubes. Oh boy. Speaking of which, so if imagine if these weren't there, I'd be pretty screwed. I wouldn't have anything to revive on. So it's just a lot easier when you have help. It's a lot more forgiving, I should say. Level 63. Should be good so long as he doesn't explode again. If he does, I could probably... Oh, of course, right as I say it. Man, well, it makes this fight more interesting, I suppose. I definitely prefer that they make the bosses a bit stronger than take away weapons that we've used to, weapons that we've been leveling up using. I think that's just an overall better strategy for bringing a game into balance if there are balance issues. Man, I cannot kill these stupid spider ants. Oh boy, that's not good. Yeah, Pete. An alternate Pete attack is that he can jump. He very rarely does it, but if you're like all the way across the stage or something, man, am I not going to be able to get this last bit of health down? Tossed out 2 grenades there just to make sure. Oh man, it didn't even damage them for the most part. Alright. Oh boy. Did I just really get knocked down by a single spider ant attack? That's just embarrassing. Alright, come on, let's deal some damage. Don't explode again, you stupid... Alright. There we go, he's down. Oh, what is this? I'll toss it later. Let's see, pick up the Seraph crystals. Let's get all this yellow money out of the way. Don't see any legendaries, but there could still be useful items in here. Let's see. Well, it doesn't look like we did as well as we did last time. Well, at least I know that I can continue farming him again. So he is opened up if you have the DLC and you're afraid maybe you wouldn't be able to farm him like you did before. Whatever problem was happening yesterday has been fixed, I guess. Yeah, that should be about it for this video. Let me know what you thought of it. You know, give me some comments, suggestions. Let me know what sort of things you'd like to see in the future. And, yeah, I guess that's it. See ya.